AITAH for telling my husband that he absolutely ruined the birth of our child. Posted by former monitor 4860. Hi, everyone. Our daughter is now 8 weeks old, so obviously this whole argument has gone on a very, very long time. We both have been holding grudges, and neither of us think that we are wrong. My husband does not know I am posting this, so I am going to keep it as anonymous as possible. So when I got pregnant with my daughter, my husband started in immediately telling me that I should have a home birth. I really do not know why he was so adamant on it, but he was. At first, I brushed him off and told him I would think about it because I was only 6 weeks pregnant and the birth seemed so far off. Of course, it came quickly, and my husband would literally speak over me at doctor's appointments when my doctor would ask if I had a birth plan. This caused a few arguments between us in those 39 weeks of pregnancy, but I never really changed my mind. Eventually, my husband's mother sat down and talked to me, and she told me all of the reasons why they did not want me to go to a hospital for the birth. I expressed my concerns about, safety of the baby and myself, but just like my husband, she brushed me off. I ended up telling my husband that I would take myself to the hospital when it was time and that I did not want a home birth. He acted as if he didn't hear me. We met with a doula who was also very pushy. I felt overwhelmed and not supported at all. I was 36 weeks at that point. So when I went into labor, I was 39 weeks. And I begged, absolutely begged my husband to take me to the hospital where my doctor is. He wouldn't. He spoke to me condescendingly and called the doula instead. I was in labor for about 3 days, active labor for around the last 22 hours. I cried the whole time. I just felt something was wrong. I was scared, and oftentimes they left me alone. The doula told me that if active pushing in labor reached 24 hours, I had to go into the hospital. I remember thinking that I could not decide which was worse, staying in labor for another 2 hours or having my baby right there. When she was finally out, I don't even remember wanting to hold her. I just remember crying out of relief. Obviously, I am okay now, but I did not have a good experience. On my first appointment after birth with my doctor, she was very shocked I had the baby. She was concerned. I was so upset. I told my husband that he absolutely ruined it for me. I truly never want to go through that again. I hear mothers say that they forget all the pain the second they have the baby, but I didn't. I love my daughter so much, but it was horrible, and it was entirely his fault. So I told him that several times. He rolls his eyes every time and tells me how mothers are strong and how I am not trying to be strong. I told him that if we ever have another baby, which he wants, that I will never do a home birth ever again. His response is, "We'll see." I cannot possibly be TA here, can I? Everyone around me is acting like this is so normal, but it's not. Is it? Bayworth comments, Jesus Christ. As someone who had a hospital birth for my first and a home birth for my second, this sounds absolutely horrifying. Never would I recommend to anyone to have a home birth the first time around. Like, if that's what you want to do, then you go for it. But I couldn't in good conscience recommend it because you don't know your body and how it's going to react to labor at all. I only felt safe and considered doing it the second time around because my first went so well. Also, I strongly believe, although I'm not an expert, a huge contribution to how your labor will go depends on how you feel. If you are stressed, then your labor is going to reflect that, and you're more likely to have issues. Your partner and doula put you and your baby at a massive risk throughout this. Risk to your life aside, the mere fact that your partner completely dismissed your wants and needs and basic human rights tells me you don't want him as a partner anymore because what else is he going to control and put you at risk for? Nope, nope, nope. I hope you have a strong family network you can rely on, my love, because this man and his family are not it. OP response. When I was reading about home birth, that same thing kept coming up, that it isn't exactly recommended, especially for first-time births. I had a miscarriage about a year and a half ago, and my husband kept citing that as a reason that I could do a home birth the first time. He kept saying, I know what it's like to be pregnant, but that isn't the point. He refused to understand that. And I definitely agree that your labor goes along with how you feel, or it makes you feel a certain way. I don't know. Kike Cookie comments, get a lawyer, file for emergency custody. I'll bet $100 that the next fight is going to be over vaccines. OP, did your baby get the newborn checks? Yes, she did. She has gotten everything that the doctors have suggested up to her age. He has had no problem with that. In fact, he wanted her to. I have also had all the postpartum visits, and I'm fine. We are not people who are usually against medical advice. I'm not sure why this happened to me. Unknown user comments. Edit, because it's fake and OP can't keep her story straight. OP's doctor went from advising her on the phone during labor to being surprised when she saw OP had the baby. How the heck does this even happen? Why didn't you call your doctor or an ambulance when you were in labor for 3 damn days? Did they lock you in a room and steal your phone? OP response, yeah, she was surprised I had the baby because she said it might have been false labor when I called due to the symptoms I described. She suggested I walk around and see if the contractions go away. If they did not, I could come in when they were 5 minutes apart. Obviously, they did not go away, but they did not become 5 minutes apart until about 2 days later. And since I never called or went in, she assumed it was false labor. So it was surprising to see me with the baby. This is really real, and I am not stupid like people are saying to me. I have explained why I did not call. I understand I should have. Post update. 1 year later. Hello, I'm not sure if anyone remembers me or my post from about a year ago. I logged off there at the end because people were accusing me of making it up or being a fake account because someone commented on the post. I can promise you it was never fake. I'm still here a year later. I really honestly just remembered this account, and I remember so many of the kind messages I got both on the post and on chats. I just wanted to say thank you. I'm away from my ex-husband. You guys helped me open my eyes to so much worse things he was doing than what I posted about. I have 2 daughters now, and I can't imagine raising either of them with a man like him. And without you guys or the post, I would have done it. So thank you. I am now 22 years old, and I shiver to think about the fact that I probably would have spent the rest of my life with him. If you're a young mom like me, please, please trust me that you can do it. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. This is a silly website, and it was a moment of desperation for me, but it changed my life. And if you're a woman sitting here reading this, thinking there's no way you'll ever get away from your person, just remember that 1 year can change your life. Just read my post from a year ago and choose a better life for yourself and for your babies. They deserve it, and you deserve peace and happiness. Thank you again. Paris Kent comments, I remember your post and you saying if you ever had another child, you wouldn't do a home birth again. It sounds like you had another daughter. Were you able to get away from that monster in time to have a better birthing experience this time around? OP response, yes, I was pregnant when I left, but I had my second daughter at a women's hospital. It was an amazing experience. I don't want anyone to be scared because of my story. Babies are wonderful. Sis Admin comments, I'm glad you got out of an abusive situation. What is the story with the second daughter? Did you get pregnant immediately? That's awfully fast. OP response, pregnant approximately 8 to 9 weeks postpartum, yes. Wasn't exactly my choice, and I love my daughter so much, so I'll never not be grateful for her, but it wasn't ideal. But being pregnant again made me rethink everything. She saved me.